just had the opportunity to hear the story of Meridith and Skylar, and it was so inspiring. As the head of human resources for Jackson Health System here in Miami, what a gift that their story brings to our caregivers who strive each and every day to take the very best care of our patients and ensure that they are on a great road to recovery, and they need their cup filled with the grace of what Meridith shared. Really provided perspective on the impact that they're making each and every day. And we're so grateful. We're so grateful for the work that they're doing and the way they're sharing their story. And just so happy that we have the opportunity to share this experience. Thank you.
I believe that every single one of us has the ability to unleash the most epic version of ourselves, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of change, regardless of challenge, regardless of the huge unknown that lies ahead. Change, challenge, and even uncertainty do not have to be our kryptonite. When we know how to use these circumstances to propel us, those big boulders in life can even become our superpowers. And when we combine your epicness and your epicness and your epicness with all of the other epicness on the team, then and only then do we unleash a potential that is limitless. I believe that it's not in spite of these boulders that we succeed. I believe that the epicness you might be seeking exists not in spite of the boulders, but thanks to the boulder person that these boulders inspire you to become. Now is our time. Your time. How do I know this? Because I have lived it. A time when my life was suddenly and massively disrupted. It was an experience that would change my life forever. And yet, it has become one of the most impactful experiences of my life.
Steady through the highs and lows, closer than your skin and bones. I'll be here for you. I'll be here for you.
At 3:15 in the afternoon, the phone rang. And the voice on the other side of the phone said, I don't know how to tell you this, but Skylar's been in a very serious accident.
I'll be here for you.
From that moment, things that had been impossible suddenly became a reality. I had to walk into this hospital for my daughter.
I want you to know I won't let you go.
When she arrived here in July of 2016, you could not leave her by herself. Now she started doing more reading again.
When you're running out of breath, I'll be the one to give you rest. I'll be here for you.
Suddenly this boulder became a profound lesson in how to choose to live.
I'll carry you through heartache and trouble and nothing drag you down.
We do aquatherapy in our pool.
I won't let you go.
The day will come when both of us feel that it's not in spite of this boulder that we're succeeding. It's precisely thanks to this boulder that we both discovered how great we truly are capable of being.
We'll never let this love grow cold. We'll never let this love grow cold. But there's no mountain we can climb.
So imagine, there I was on this plane, surrounded by darkness. It was a scene from a nightmare that I had prayed that I would never live. And yet, here I was. That boulder had cracked open her skull, crushed her lungs, fractured her spine, fractured both scapulas, snapped her right thigh, and pulverized her left ankle. At least 4 of her injuries were typically fatal. So it seemed as if it would take a miracle for her to survive. So it's probably an understatement to say that my mind in that moment was consumed in what felt like the perfect storm of every single negative emotion you could imagine. Anger, grief, despair, rage. And yet, by far, the most devastating of those emotions was the feeling of not having the power to help my daughter.
What I love about talking to your teams is being able not only to motivate them, inspire them, but to be able to show them how, beginning right here, right now, they can start blowing past some of their own boulders.
Roll my sleeves and operate on my daughter. But I sure as heck could play a mean inner game. So in that moment, I discovered part 1 of the magic. And it is that it is not your perfection that gives you your power. It's your boldness to own your humanness. So I said, game on. I am going to play this inner game like no one has ever played this inner game. And so the first question, because I knew I had to ask different questions. The first question was, how much power was I willing to give this boulder? I mean, my daughter was just 22 years old, but she'd been to 5 out of the 7 continents. She'd done all those amazing things. She really had already changed lives. She had done more in her 22 years than most people do in 80. So was I, her mother, going to allow this boulder to rip all of that away from us and force me to go forward for the rest of my life, defining myself as a mother of a child who had been tragically killed at an early age by a boulder? Was that her legacy? Or was I going to not only take my power back, but take the power that she had sown? Skylar was about love and life and laughter, and especially if she did not survive to bear her legacy further, if she should be able to count on anyone to do it, it should be able to be her mom. So I made the decision in that moment that no, I was going to define myself going forward as a mother of a child who in just 22 years had made a powerful impact on this planet, and I would do my darndest to live up to that, regardless of what happened.
And how just a few simple techniques and strategies, they can begin unleashing the most epic version of themselves and their teams. How they can achieve more impact, more influence, and revenue by committing to playing the inner game to win. And perhaps most of all, how the secret ingredient that separates great from epic is team. And if you want to do something amazing, great. Knock yourself out and do it alone. But if you want to do something epic, you need to have an epic team.
Well, the funnest moments were the activities we did. You know, working together as a team to try to accomplish one goal. It was fun, and it was I just found it challenging. Challenging is the word. Yeah, to be able to accomplish one goal with a bunch of people that we had to come up with a plan on the fly. If you're searching inside yourself for anything that you've lost and you're looking for something or someone to help you bring that out, this is the class. I didn't know, I know we were going to have a speaker when we got here, okay, but I did not know how moving it was going to be until, I was glued on her, listening to every word she said, and it really, really moved me. Now I can take that home and back to my job to become a better supervisor, a better father, a better husband.
So, my mission is to help your teams, your leaders, every single one of you begin to identify exactly where the path beyond these boulders lies, to begin to obliterate these obstacles using the power of resilience and grit, and to reconnect you to the visionary superhero within so that you and your teams can successfully launch your own unstoppable journey of unleashing your epicness beginning right now. Let's do this.
Booyah! Booyah! I love it.